Hi, I'm Dr. Rebecca Dale, a cataract and refractive surgeon at Arbor Eye Care. I've been helping patients with cataract and refractive lens exchange surgery for nearly 2 decades. I've created this video to help you understand the process better so you can make the right choice for you. You may wish to start with the first video in this series, What is Cataract Surgery? But if you are ready to learn what goes into the process of picking the right lens for you, let's get started. In order to understand the best lens for you, you need to understand a little bit more about how your eye works. I need to give you a crash course in optics. I also want to share several other factors that eye surgeons take into account when helping guide you to the right lens choice. When you get a glasses prescription or contact lens prescription, you may have noticed that they have numbers to them that may say +2 or -3. That number in your glasses or contact lens prescription is simply a measure of focusing power called a diopter. So a +2 lens has 2 diopters of focusing power. It takes about 60 diopters of power to focus light from the front of the eye to the back of the eye. For many people, the focusing power of the cornea and the lens aren't the right power to bring light into focus on the retina. For example, let's say that the natural cornea only has 35 diopters of focusing power and the lens has 20. 35 plus 20 only equals 55. So this person doesn't have enough focusing power in their own natural cornea and lens to put light in focus on the retina. So if we put a pair of +5 glasses in front of them, now they've got 5 plus 35 plus 20. They've got the full 60 diopters of power. That issue, when we need to put plus-powered glasses in order to help somebody see more clearly, is called farsightedness. You can also have the opposite problem. That's nearsightedness. When I perform cataract surgery or refractive lens exchange, I'm removing the natural lens and replacing it with a clear, biocompatible plastic lens. Because that lens comes in different powers, we can match it to optimize the focus that you desire. If you are farsighted and need plus-powered glasses to see clearly in the distance, we can compensate for that. If you are nearsighted and you need minus-powered glasses to see clearly in the distance, we can compensate for that. So with what I've shown so far, it seems like this would be an easy choice. Measure the power of your cornea, measure the power of your natural lens, measure how much power we need to bring things into focus on your retina, and choose that. But here's the problem. The natural lens does more than just focus at one point. The natural lens does what's called accommodation. It can shift focus from distance to close. So if a person has excellent uncorrected vision for distance and they're only 20 years old, they can unconsciously change their focus from distance to near. But as we get into our mid-40s, most people begin to experience that the lens gets stiff. It no longer changes shape easily. We need a different solution, like reading glasses, bifocals, or progressive glasses, so that we can both see in the distance and focus up close. But in general, lens implants don't shift from distance to near. They only provide one focal point. You could focus for distance, but not close up, or you could focus for close up, but not for distance. There are new lens designs that get around this with new technology, and we'll talk about that more in our next video. The next thing you need to understand is astigmatism. Astigmatism is how we describe corneas that are a little bit more football-shaped rather than basketball-shaped. If a person has a cornea with the same curvature in each direction, they have no astigmatism. If they have a cornea that has a steeper curve in one direction and a flatter curve in another direction, they have astigmatism. As the light enters the cornea, instead of coming to one distinct focus, it's coming to 2 focuses and can look to us like a shadow image or blur. The other important thing to remember is that clear vision is much more than simply clear focus. There are lots of other things that can affect the quality of our vision. One of the most common is dry eye or an unstable tear film. Common symptoms of a poor quality tear film are fluctuations in vision changing with blinking and vision getting blurry after reading for several minutes. We encourage everyone to use preservative-free artificial tears frequently in the weeks prior to coming in for your pre-surgery consultation. A happy, healthy tear film helps us get better measurements of your eyes for planning. In order to have clear vision, all the other parts of the visual system need to be healthy. So problems in the retina, like macular degeneration, or problems in the optic nerves, like glaucoma, can affect how clearly you see, even if the lens type and your cataract surgery or refractive lens exchange were performed perfectly. To recap, we've covered the 4 most common issues with focus: being farsighted, nearsighted, having astigmatism, and presbyopia. Now that you've passed your crash course in optics, please go on to our next video, which will describe the different choices you have for intraocular lenses and how they can compensate for these issues.